Hello and welcome back to On the Workbench. Today we've got a little quick unboxing here of a tool that I bought to expand my soldering abilities. Soldering is something I don't do that often, but one of the things when it comes to soldering that's useful is to be able to have a good third, fourth, fifth hand, if you will. And so I found this kit on Amazon that I thought might fit the bill as something that would fit my particular workshop well, and I wanted to share it with you. So out of the box here, we've got some instructions here, some magnets and clips. And this one specifically that I chose actually has a clamp that I can clamp this onto my workbench and then take it off. And that's what attracted me to this. Some of the other ones have big old base plates that basically make for a dedicated soldering station. And I wasn't sure I actually want or need a dedicated soldering station. I just want something that I can clamp onto my workbench and to be able to hold some stuff when I need to solder, and then I can take it out of the way when I don't need to solder anything. And so then we have that clamp, and then we should have 3 clamps here. And so this would be hand number 3, 4, and 5. Let me put this together, and I'll show you what this looks like when it's assembled. So this particular kit has 3 arms, and these arms on one end have a larger thread, and then there's a smaller thread on the other end. The smaller thread is for the clamp. And so these just simply screw into the base where you could unscrew them later if you wanted to. You also might want to consider adding some red or blue Loctite to this to be able to secure these ends so these don't come out when you're trying to work. I don't know that I'm that concerned about these coming out, but these simply screw in. You've got a metal threads into a metal body here, which makes me feel confident. And so then we can rearrange these arms, and these looks like these will stay in place, and that's what I think is attractive about these arms like this, is that these should help stay in place, whereas some of the other really cheap third hands that you find for soldering only have 2 extra arms, if you will. This adds a third. In my opinion, if you don't, the more arms the better, and if you don't need it, just put it out of the way and then you don't have to use it. So if we look at these alligator clips are threaded, and these alligator clips simply screw on. And if based on how what your clamping needs to be, you can turn the black knob to be able to tighten that up and secure it. And so what's peculiar about this kit is a 3-arm kit, but it actually comes with a 4th, a replacement alligator clip. Then we've got these black little jaw covers to help to make these jaws a little bit softer so that the teeth here don't bite into a circuit board or something else of the like that you may not want to bite into. Just to provide a nice softer touch. If you don't want these, you don't have to use them. You can simply just go ahead and leave it with the serrated teeth there. Again, a lot of it's going to be personal preference for what works best for your specific applications. And my extra clamp actually has enough little pads to put on it, so I will file this away in my parts of extra parts that I've got. I'm going to set this up in my workbench, and I'll show you what it looks like all set up. And so here I've got the soldering assistant all set up, and in this case here, what I'm working on is one of my son's toys. The speaker failed on it, so I'm replacing the speaker. I need to resolder the wires back together. And so I've been able to put the speaker on the left jaw, the wire on the right. Now I'll leave one hand for the soldering iron, the other hand for me to use the solder here and to get everything all put together. Because otherwise trying to hold the speaker, the wire, the solder, and the soldering iron gets a little complicated, and I need at least a 3rd arm. Granted, I probably could have gotten away, and instead of using a clamp to hold the speaker, I could have set it on that block of wood that you see there. There's a handful of ways to do that, but this will certainly make it easier for me to be able to complete the job here. And getting this all set up here, a couple little thoughts here that I noticed is that in moving these jaws, a couple times these actually did tend to rotate when I needed to just move the arm out of the way and swing it to the side. and trying to get it set up. So I definitely think it's a good idea to put some Loctite, some red Loctite on these threads here, just to help hold them in place, unless for some reason you're needing to disassemble and reassemble this. And so with that, that's the look at this. If you're interested in this, I'll put a link down below. Questions or comments, throw it in the comments below. Give it a thumbs up. Click the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Look forward to seeing you back here in another video. Thanks and have a great day. Bye. So you can see that soldering job was a success. Thanks for sticking around to the very end, and have a great day. Bye.